Hey, welcome back, Vol fans. Today, we'd like to talk a little bit about expectations. Um, as a Vol fan, we all have tremendous expectations for Nico this year.
hmm
But what surprises me a bit, Bob, is the national expectations for Nico.
Yeah, Vegas has him number 6 in the Heisman uh, betting right at the moment. That's a little surprising,
Well, he's got one whole start, so why not?
right? So we're going to try to go, a little bit of give what our thoughts on that. Is he a
Yeah,
Heisman? Can he be that level guy,
right. And
or is
we're
he
not,
further down?
we're not talking Heisman winner. We're just saying make it to New York.
Yeah.
Um, Before we get into that, guys, if y'all don't care, take a moment, give us a like on the video. That'd really mean a lot to us. If you enjoy talking UT football, basketball's coming up. We'd appreciate it. Subscribers. All we can get's fantastic. And you know what? Honestly, we appreciate you taking 4, 5, 6 minutes out of your day that you could be doing a lot of other things and spending it with us.
Yeah, we do.
So with that, I'm going to take one side of the argument, Bob. I know we've talked about it a moment ago, and but you're going to kind of be on the pro side of it. So
Well,
what do you think?
let's look at Heupel's quarterbacks. Okay, Drew Lock before Heupel got there, very little. Okay, after Heupel got there, nearly 4,000 yards, 44 touchdowns. Heupel leaves, those numbers go crashing back down. Uh, Dylan Gabriel at UCF, 3,570 yards passing, 32 touchdowns.
10 game season to that,
Yeah, 10-game season. 32 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Very low interception rate.
which is a hallmark
It is.
of Heupel's offense.
Hooker, his junior year, 3,135 yards, 27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Incredible number.
Uh, and then his senior year, shortened by the injury, 29-45 with 31 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. And
Yeah.
then Milton, 27-69 this year, 20 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Heupel, Tennessee has led the country the last 3 years combined uh, on the fewest amount of interceptions. And it really wasn't even close. We threw a total of 11, and I think the next closest team was 17.
It's pretty incredible, really.
It really is.
And I know we run the ball more than we do pass it,
Mm-hmm.
although we have a passing reputation under Heupel. But, outside of teams that run a wishbone or something, you would think we'd have a lot more interceptions.
Would be.
But the way he spreads it out, the offense, it produces.
And these guys, Milton and Hooker, and no Drew Lock, Dylan Gabriel, not superstars. Okay, none of them superstars. And you think about it with Hooker and Milton, these guys were rejects basically at other programs that we brought in.
They had lost their jobs.
So, and for him to do what he did, he's a little bit of a, quarterback whisperer. Kind of like, I hate to say it, kind of like Spurrier was back in the day.
Well,
So,
and I've made the comment multiple times that now know how the Florida fans felt when they had Spurrier. You
right.
just wake up thinking we're going to outcoach the other team, we're going to score on them, and there's nothing they can do about it.
And Heupel will run the score up if he wants to. That's something else I got in common.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's true. Also, he
yeah,
piss them off.
yeah,
F around and find out.
yeah. Just ask
Yeah,
UConn's coach. Oh, he's still mad.
yeah. Moore's still cursing that Heupel in his sleep, probably.
Yeah, but
Uh,
well, and something else I want to discuss too, Tim. I think the supporting cast will be better around Nico.
better than last year.
Yeah, offensive line I do think will be better. We bring in Lance Hurd, who's probably going to be your starting left tackle. Campbell's going to go over to right. Still a little iffy about left guard, but we'll see about that. Um, I still think we could possibly get somebody after spring practice to fill that spot. The receivers, I think, will be better. We lose Ramel Keaton, but we bring in Chris Brazell from Tulane. Had a very impressive
Richard
freshman
Freshman.
year. Yeah.
Hmm.
Uh, and then you have Thornton moving to outside,
Which
which
he
is going to
flashed a little bit
be,
once
he
he
did.
got to outside. Physically, he's a stud.
Yeah.
He's
And then
everything you want, but he's got to do something on the field.
Then you bring in two guys who I think are future superstars, Mike Matthews and Braylon Staley, and possibly even
Carter.
Carter could get
He could get a package.
could get a package.
Once the ball's in his hands, he's one of the most electrifying athletes I've seen in
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
Um,
So, and then you got at tight end. I really hate that we're losing Callan Castles. Very good tight end. I honestly think we didn't utilize him enough. If our offense was better, we may have. But, you know, Ethan Davis has a lot more upside. If
we're both on the
if
Ethan Davis train.
if he can stay healthy, that is the key for Ethan Davis. I think he will show flashes of stardom uh, if he can stay healthy.
If he stays healthy, my opinion is he's an NFL guy easily. Best tight end we've had since Witten.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, you've got to do more than catch with Heupel's offense, so he's going to have to, grow in a lot of aspects. But the sky is the limit for Davis. We still lost a couple of really good guys at running back, but we've still got a talented room.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I could see where you're coming from in the fact that our offense could be more like 22 than was 23. And Heupel's quarterbacks put up numbers.
Yeah, the guy that won the Heisman this year, Jaden Daniels, that is the guy that reminds me most of Nico, a guy who's elite runner, who can throw the ball. Now, I'm not sure Nico's at that level right now.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And I don't think he is yet.
That's the problem. I don't think he's at that level. But if he can get in that fifth, sixth, seventh range of Heisman, I'm saying we have probably a pretty good year.
Well, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and if I'll say, I'll agree with you. If we have 23 production or 22 production, then yeah, he's in New York.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the stats that you do, Bob, for my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, guys, in the comments, leave us what you think. Will he make it to New York? Does he have a shot of getting, not winning the Heisman, but just making the finals, being a finalist? But Bob, I guess mine's based a little bit more on feelings and a little bit more on what I've seen out of the Heisman races in the past. You know, I remember going way back to Manning. Every Tennessee fan honestly still bitches about it. And he showed that you don't have to be the best player in the league or in college. Doesn't equate to winning Heisman when the media wants to dictate the race.
Mm-hmm.
Manning had one bad game basically about every year against Florida, and that was the game that the media always wanted to bring up.
Right.
Yes, he got accolades for his good games, but that was always the game that, if he couldn't win that game, then he wasn't winning Heisman. And I can see Nico getting pushed, but if he has a game honestly, like the Iowa Bowl game where he's, 13 of 19, 20, 65%, only 180 yards or so. Right. Yes, he might have a couple of touchdowns. The running backs may have 4 or 5. We may beat a team 45-0 or 45-21 or whatever. Right. But because he don't have 4 touchdowns passing the ball, right, and his 3 other guys that he's competing with does have big games that singular weekend. Don't even have to be, over the course of the season. But if you had one bad game when the other guys show out, all of a sudden the media kind of pushes you off to the side a little bit, and they run, kind of bandwagon on the other guys.
Yeah, that's fair.
Now, I will throw one counterpoint out to that. Unlike most Tennessee players, the media seems to kind of be pushing Nico early on.
He does have some
charisma.
Yeah, but they like him. So that he does have that going for him. He's got a little bit of that California cool.
Polynesian prince there.
Right, yeah. And I think that's one thing that's going to help him. I'm going to go right here and say right now, this is probably just, it's a bad connection, bad comparison probably, but I remember another guy, and you'll hear me say this a lot if you watch our channel probably for the next year or so, but Casey Clausen, man, he was a California cool. He went into Florida, never lost to Florida, beat them twice in Florida, I believe. So I can see Nico being that kind of guy. He don't get rattled. So far, he seems to be very calm. And I think that was something that Milton had a problem with. At times he would get too high and
And
too low.
he mentioned that his own self. He knew that was a weakness of his that he needed to overcome. I don't think he ever did.
I don't think so either. There was a couple times last year where he just like lost it mentally, and he got too excited, had a big play for himself, and then just thought he could do whatever, you know. But anyway, uh, but that's, I guess we'll see how Nico does. But I'm hoping mine is more accurate.
Well, I hope yours is too, Bob.
Yeah, I'd say so.
But we'll see. We'll see. We'll revisit this later.
Yeah.
Anyway, leave us your comments on what you feel on that,
Mm-hmm.
and join us again here in a day or two. Probably we'll start having some more basketball content now that the conference schedule's heating up, and Tennessee's looking good so far.
Yeah.
Killed Bama the other day, which is never a bad thing.
Right.
And so, guys, join us for those. And till then, go Big Orange.
Go Vols.